You're live.
Hey everyone, this is Mike Borowski of the Mike Borowski Group. First, I would like to thank everyone. What is going on here? First time doing it. We're having a little road bumps here. So I'd like to thank everyone who's watching this video right now. It is my goal to do these live videos maybe once a month, but also give you some pre-recorded content up to 3 times a month. So 4 videos total. And I want these updates to be in real time related to what's going on in our market. Because if you're interviewing real estate agents right now, I want to be able to highlight some of the things that you should be asking them, or more importantly, you should be interviewing me to help you guys. But I just want to share some of the strategies that are working for me and provide good content that hopefully you guys might find helpful for you in the event that you guys are looking to buy or sell somewhere down the road. And if real estate agents are watching this as well, feel free to reach out to me anytime. I love giving good guidance, educating, and just helping people out. So without further ado, this is going to be the, I guess, our new video series, videocast. And we're really excited to get this going here. So this is episode 1 of the Mike Borowski Group Market Minute, or the MBG Market Minute.
And it's my pleasure today to be the one to get to interview you.
Yes, why don't you introduce yourself?
So, my name is Sam Krasinski. I'm the Director of Client Relations for the Mike Borowski Group. And it is a pleasure working with Mike on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. And so I get to put him through the rigors today.
Yes, Sam's been with us for a couple weeks, or a couple months now, and she's learned a lot. I think you really enjoy the high, fast-paced environment that it's been thus far, and you've learned a lot. And I actually helped Sam purchase a house. Was it last year?
December of 2019.
2019, not too long ago.
Nope.
But she had such a great experience. She was team Mike Borowski all the way. She saw that I had opportunities pop up over time, and we brought her on board, and man, she's really taken our team to the next level. So thank you so much.
Thank you. So Mike, like you just mentioned, you were my realtor before I was on your team.
Yep.
And one of the things that drew me to you was just your personality. You're very relatable.
Yes.
But what most people don't know, without being in the real estate world, is that you are a top 1% agent in Wisconsin.
That's correct. Not only a top 1% agent here in Wisconsin, but as well as the Midwest. And, I don't like to brag about all my numbers and whatnot, but I do track my numbers, and I definitely worked very hard. So last year I ended up finishing with 154 properties sold and over 39 million in total sales sold. If you add up all the prices of the values of the homes, 39 million. And that's about 6 or 7 more million that I did last year, and about 20 more properties sold from 2019. So I worked really, really hard. The reason why that's important for you, if you're looking to hire a real estate agent for buying and selling, is me selling over 150 properties last year. That means I'm still doing what most successful agents in this business aren't. People that have been seasoned and been in this business for a long time, that are maybe doing similar volume or maybe not as much, I can tell you that they're delegating a lot of their buyer leads to other agents that might be on their team. And that's something that I don't do. I'm still very much, I still like being in the trenches, if you will. I love going out and looking at properties. I love serving buyers and sellers. And the unique thing about me selling that many properties in a year-to-year basis is real estate has seasons. And the seasons are obviously winter, spring, summer, and fall. And with me, I'm writing anywhere between 5 to 15 offers a week. And that gives me a great leg up when I'm going up against other buyer agents in multiple offer situations. In certain communities, like a New Berlin or Franklin, and we'll touch on some of the hotter communities here in Wisconsin. I'm writing offers in those communities quite often, and I know what we're doing to get those offers accepted. And when we don't get them accepted, we know what's not working. So if you were to interview me or possibly another agent that's newer in the business or maybe doesn't have that much transaction volume, let's face it, everyone knows a realtor. But if they're not doing the volume that I am, they're probably giving you bad guidance from a buyer's perspective. They're probably telling you that you need to be the highest offer. I can tell you with us, my buyers are never the highest offer. More times than not, we're coming in below ask. I have other strategies that I can share with clients only. I'm not willing to share them on here. I can't give away everything that I do. But if you're working with an inexperienced agent, I can tell you that if that inexperienced agent's up against me, there's a good chance that we're going to put a better offer together with the clients that I'm working with versus the agent that you might be considering. And in this business, it is based on reputation as well. Listing agents like working with other well-known agents. Truly, that well-known agent has to be the best offer for the client. But if all things are equal, which in a competitive market environment, it could come down to everything being very equal, but the deciding factor might be well, this real estate agent is known. I won't have to hold his hand. He's probably got his clients with some good lenders that he knows and recommends. And the inexperienced agent, more times than not, won't. They won't have them linked up with a lender that they know and recommend. And perhaps they're not experienced enough to have the foresight to see any issues that may pop up later down the road. So that would be my advice. And then, from a seller's perspective, look, I'm out in the field working with a lot of buyers. So from a seller's perspective, I can tell them what's going to likely happen with their property in the market. For instance, in Oak Creek, 15 offers came in on a property that we were up against other buyers on. We can probably assume that you'll get 15 offers as well. This is what I'm predicting the price points to be on your home. And I can give more reliable market advice on what a seller's property might sell for. Not to mention my awesome 3.99% commission plan. And I am pretty much the only realtor in Wisconsin right now that is the digital marketing expert, where I'm doing so much more than above and beyond what your average 5% or 6% real estate agent's doing, who's just sticking a sign in the yard, maybe going on their Facebook page that has maybe a couple hundred followers, but when they post your property on their page, maybe only 200 or 300 people are looking at it, where I get tens of thousands of people watching my videos.
Not only that, we also have our database of clients that have reached out to us and that we're working with, helping them find a home. And there's likely multiple people in our database alone that are interested in the house that you're looking to put on the market.
That's right. I can't tell you how many times we've taken listings on and we have buyers that are already dying to get through the door and get in that property. And that's a good point to bring up.
So this has been a lot of predictions.
Yes.
A lot of looking ahead to the future and what we think is going to happen. But what about right now, January 5th?
Well, let's kind of recap last year first.
All right.
So, excuse me, guys, my nose is running right now. It's freezing in my house right now. That's why we got the fire going on in the background, if you guys can see. So, look, 2020 started off with a bang. Multiple offers on properties. It was going to be a very, very good year. And it was my best year personally. But when that first or second week of February hit, it came to a complete screeching halt. I think the first 6 weeks after COVID hit, I must have maybe gone on 4 or 5 showings in those 6 weeks. And I can tell you that I'm usually going on 4 or 5 showings on Monday. So very, very slow. It's when our governor decided to try to close everything down a second time, which is about 6 weeks after the first time he shut everything down. That's when I felt an immediate impact. Buyers started exploding with interest to go out and look at homes. Interest rates went low again. Keep in mind, interest rates spiked up to 5.5%, and you having to pay points when COVID first hit. Rates went down back to historic lows, even lower than what they were before COVID-19. And man, one of my best years yet. I woke up on a day-to-day basis, didn't know where I was going and when I was going to get home, but I was out the door at 7 and sometimes didn't get home till 10. But that's okay. I'm here to serve and help others find, buy and sell properties.
Those are some busy days.
Yeah. So spring, I think, started sometime in April, which is traditionally late. Usually it starts sometime in February. That's when people are getting their tax returns, maybe saving up their final down payment. Maybe March. It depends if we have snowstorms or if the weather's below zero. That's always going to impact people's decisions to go out and look for homes. I would say, though, it really picked up here about mid-March to early April as to the activity really picking up, and it didn't slow down then. I was pretty much busy. Well, let me touch on the usual spring and fall cycle here. So spring usually starts mid-February, goes till about May or June, and then we get a little bit of a lull going into July. Like July 4th, people are on vacation, so there's like a 2 or 3 week lull, and then it explodes again until September. Kids go back in school, it slows down for a week or two, slightly, and then it goes gangbusters again till about the middle or end of October. Once again, it depends on weather. If it gets cold fast, it'll probably end sooner, sometime in October. This current year, I think it stretched out to November because we had some pretty good weather. I experienced a slowdown probably the last 2 weeks in December, and this past weekend my phone was ringing off the hook with calls, and Sam can attest because she's managing our lead database program. We got, how many leads are coming in on a daily basis?
On a daily basis, 10 to 15
10 to
leads
15.
coming in on a daily basis.
And on the weekends, it could be up to what, 30?
Mm-hmm.
So it's crazy with how many people are reaching out to me and my team to help you guys buy and sell real estate. Predictions for 2021. Boy, it's going to be tough to predict. And not to get political here, don't want to, keep an open mind here. I don't want to get anyone worked in a tizzy here, but with the change of a president that's coming into place right now, I do think there is a strong urge from a lot of my clients to really push the limit and get their homes on the market to maximize and capture the most amount of money that they can. If the upcoming president comes into office and starts raising taxes on the lower, middle, higher class, as well as corporations, that could lead to an immediate impact on our economy. Businesses will slow down, jobs will be lost, and as a result, that could slow our economy down. I don't know what's going to happen. I know today there's a spring election runoff that's happening in Georgia that's going to decide the fate of the Senate, I believe. And, that could really impact on what our upcoming president has the ability to do as far as raising taxes. So I would say right now, market is really, really strong. I'm getting a lot of calls, but that could change in the next few weeks when our new president gets into office. So stay tuned. I'll give you guys my thoughts as things develop and progress, and as we see the new president putting in policies in place, we're just going to have to kind of dissect that and see what it means to the real estate market.
And really, anytime there's big change like that, like a change in a presidency, it's going to affect the market one way or the other.
Yeah, every single market. It's just not real estate. You'll see that by the stock market. With the Senate runoff that's happening in Georgia, they're predicting the Democrats to win that, and Wall Street reacted poorly yesterday on that. So you kind of have to follow what Wall Street thinks, because if Wall Street thinks a certain way, clearly that always creates hysteria. You remember how much the stock market fell when COVID hit? And really the economy didn't change. That's just kind of people's mindset changing. So, and also keep in mind, just because the stock market's going down doesn't necessarily mean there's a direct correlation to what's going on with the economy. I know a lot of people like to hold them hand in hand, and that's not the case. In fact, it's usually an inverse order on what's going on. If the stock market's up, maybe the economy's on the way down. If the economy's up, might mean that the stock market's going down. It's never directly correlated to one another.
So are you finally ready to talk about today?
Today's
market, right now.
Today's market. Well, today's market, what I'm seeing is we're getting a lot of calls, like I mentioned.
We are.
Personally, with the offers that I'm writing, I'm seeing maybe 1 to 3 other multiple offers on properties as of this week when in these multiple offer situations, which we have a great track record of winning. I'd rather get you guys into a, you're the only offer in and trying to get the seller to respond quick. But what we're trying to do is limit the amount of buyers that we're going up against. So quick offers, trying to get same day responses, because if the sellers take offers till Sunday, then you could be up against 15 to 20 offers this upcoming spring, and that's tougher to get your offer pushed over the edge. But we have some good strategies that help get our offers pushed over the edge. The spring market, I'm thinking it might start sooner than later here.
I think so. We're looking at some pretty decent numbers in the area for listings on the market right now live.
Yep, and our team individually has 15 accepted offers already going into the year.
Yep.
About 4 million of sales, so that's exciting. We had 5 accepted offers last week as a team, and we got a couple offers that are sitting out there right now with agents on my team, and I got a bunch of showings going into the weekend here, I'm super pumped.
You do. So right now, just a quick recap of our area. In Oak Creek, there are 43 active listings. 43
people. Just because there's 43 listings doesn't necessarily mean that they're all available. But it's good to know how much inventory is on the market, because it's actually up from last year, right? Last year at this time, how many were there? Like 29?
You were looking at 27.
27 properties last year, and we already have 43. And it's important to note, actually other areas in the country are experiencing an inverse order of what we're seeing here. I was following someone who mentioned in her specific area, last year there were 400 properties for sale, and right now there's only, I think, 48, she said. And for her, it's very important that she gets all the listings just based on how much limit there is of inventory. So we're lucky in the Wisconsin area where the market's doing very, very good.
We are. Franklin, we have 73 listings right now.
That seems normal. What did we have last year?
24.
24. It always seems like in the springtime it's in the 70s in Franklin, and in Oak Creek it's in the 30s, high 30s, 40s, and low 50s at any given time.
So we're hitting some of those spring trends early here.
I think
in
so.
January.
I think so. And once again, that's because people are trying to I can't tell you how many calls I took after the election about people that are interested in getting their property on the market as soon as possible, because they feel there's a shift coming in our market where values are going to dip. I don't know if I necessarily agree with them, even if our current president, when he gets in office, I don't think he's going to be able to enact all of his policies that are going to directly affect the real estate market, at least for the first 2 years.
Should we finish this list up quick?
Yes.
All right. Brookfield has 60 listings. Mequon, we're looking at 68. And then our numbers kind of start to drop down a little bit. Muskego has 22. Whitefish Bay with 26. New Berlin at 25. Pewaukee at 24. And Greenfield is hanging in with 32 listings right now.
Yes, and we'll update you these figures every single week. It's important to note that those areas that we just mentioned, those are some of the hotbeds here in the Milwaukee, County and the Wall County areas. We'll add in other cities as well. Some of the cities that I feel are very popular, but I can tell you right now, New Berlin and Wauwatosa are the hottest communities in the Milwaukee County and Wall County Metroplex. I think the last offer I was involved in New Berlin had 47 offers on it. That's crazy, and that's pretty typical for New Berlin. Pretty much, let me give you guys a little tip on New Berlin that I'm seeing here. I'm seeing parents, and this might be a strategy if your parents are in a situation where they can help you guys out. But what I'm seeing is parents are rating their 401ks. When COVID-19 hit, the Congress, or I don't know who the exact legislator, the powers that be, they allowed folks to take up to $100,000 or $150,000 out of their 401k tax-free. No questions asked, no tax penalties. And the purpose of that was to have extra money there in the event that you lost your job or you're having tough times to, make ends meet. What a lot of folks were doing, and I guess this applies to other communities as well, but what I saw specifically in New Berlin is parents are buying properties in cash for their kids. Maybe a lot of these millennials that are just starting out. And these kids are buying the properties in a controlled environment and refining the parents out of that sale. I'm seeing that a lot in New Berlin. I don't know if other agents are seeing that as well. That's the case in Tulsa, and I'm sure I've seen that a few times in Bayview as well. And these are people that I'm working with as well. These are the strategies that we're implementing if parents are in a fortunate enough position to do these sort of things. Cash is always king. Cash doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to win every single offer. You have to be really competitive in price point when it comes with cash, but more times than not, if you're not winning cash offers, there's something wrong. So,
right.
Where do we go from here?
We have three
Sorry,
questions.
we got a message from
Oh.
David here. Hi, David. Is there a way? Oh wait, this doesn't scroll down. Sorry, guys, this is Sam's laptop, not mine.
There you go.
Okay, Dave is asking, is this for everyone, your agents or investors? All I am getting is that I should invest in your business, become an agent. And Sam is better at talking about politics. Thanks for the feedback, Dave. No, this program is for every single person. It's my opinion on how the market is working out. Even if you don't agree with my opinion, this is kind of the way I'm seeing things right now as the expert in the area. And yeah, I could definitely, if you're interested in more in real estate investing, I can definitely highlight that as well. I own a significant amount of properties, and yeah.
Or if you're interested in becoming an agent, reach out and we can talk to you about the steps of becoming a real estate agent with Homestead Realty.
Yes. Thanks for that question, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, I have three other questions for
Okay.
you, Mike. First is if I am a buyer or a seller,
Okay.
and I know that the answer for each is going to be different, but what should my first step be? Let's start with buyers.
Oh, okay. This is a great question because I come across it all the time. As a buyer, it's not as simple as going out and looking at properties. Look, in a perfect world, that's what every buyer wants to do. Every buyer wants to find a property, then get their pre-approval. Well, you know what happens? We're out looking at properties for those folks that don't have the pre-approvals right away. And guess what? It's after 4 or 5 p.m. Or maybe it's the weekend. And your lender is not picking the phone up. And that's pretty common when you're working with one of these big box lenders such as Landmark or Chase Bank, or just some of the larger well-known ones. They're not as flexible. And one of the things that I developed over the years was getting my folks in touch with lenders that are going to be working the same hours as a real estate agent. That's very important to me, is making sure lenders are working the same hours that I am. But if you don't have that pre-approval, we're out searching after 4 p.m. on a weeknight or on the weekends, and guess what? They're calling for highest and best offer at any given time, and now you just lost out on an opportunity because you don't have that pre-approval. And we actually won out a multiple offer situation last week where a buyer submitted an offer before we did. However, they didn't have their pre-approval. So the seller didn't accept it right away. The buyer was working and getting in touch with their lender. Mind you, this is 7 o'clock at night now. Their lender wasn't picking the phone up. We were able to sneak an offer in that was competitive, and they ended up going with our offer. That buyer was likely heartbroken that lost out on an opportunity, but that is the main reason why you need to put the cart before the horse and get the pre-approval in advance. That's the best way to set up for success. And then from there, once you get the pre-approval, don't worry about anything else. I got it covered from there.
All right. So what if I'm a seller? I don't need a pre-approval for
No.
being a seller.
No, you don't. So from the selling side, all you really need to start the process is obviously reach out to us, but a CMA. And for the folks
What
don't
does
know,
that stand for?
yeah, for the folks that don't know what a CMA is, it's realtor jargon.
Mm-hmm.
It's called a comparative market analysis. And really what we, and I don't think these CMAs are worth a hill of beans right now, because pretty much you can do all the research you want on a specific property. And I was actually just on the phone with a client that did all of her research on a particular condo that she's interested in. But at the end of the day, a CMA takes a look at what the property value might be for a property in the area that you're selling. So we try to come up with an educated opinion of value on your property, and then maybe we'll tweak it based on some finishes, or maybe it needs to be updated. We'll discount it a little bit, but I'll give you good, real, accurate advice in real time based on me being in the trenches, what I'm seeing as one of the top agents in the area. And but I can tell you more times than not, we take a look at these CMAs and you throw them out the window, because when you got 15, 20 offers on a property, it can get crazy. We list properties quite regularly. And I know there's agents out there that say, well, geez, you listed it incorrectly if you're getting 15 offers on it. Folks, there's just very low supply right now as far as inventory goes. And there's so many people. For every single house, there's 10 buyers looking at one right now. So you as a seller are going to be sitting in prime position, likely getting well over the expected value that we come up with.
But I still want to start with the CMA, because that's still going to give us a good idea. Launching point.
Yes. Give you a great idea for a launching point. And, you know, I'll take a look at the CMA as well. And there's a good chance that whatever the strategic metrics that the CMA is coming up with, you know, all the averages of the average sale price of the property versus the square footage, all that info will probably increase it quite a bit just based on market demand, while the demand is still there, hopefully for the foreseeable future.
Well, this leads into my next question. So if I'm a seller, how long is it going to take to get my property ready and on the market?
With me, we can get you on the market pretty quickly. I would say that, you know, with my advanced marketing strategy that no one else here in Wisconsin's doing at the moment, we can go one of two ways. I got a photographer where we can get on the market same day, or I got a videographer that does photography as well. We're probably going to have to be more strategic as far as placing the property on the market. Ideally, if you want it on the market on a Thursday and Friday, which is what I want to get your property on the market strategically on a Thursday, going into the weekend, that way there's hundreds of people walking through the door. We would likely need that videographer at the property no later than Monday or Tuesday, while they're working on giving us the video, because the tour is very, very important. And, you know, maybe the next video we'll go over what some of my services are.
I like that.
The video is what really, really helps. So we could have it on the market pretty quick, to answer your question. If we're looking to get on the market immediately, we could be same day if necessary. Or Monday, Tuesday, get the videographer out there. Thursday, Friday, we're on the market.
Excellent.
So quick.
All right. Well, you've talked a lot about our current market status. And so now I'm putting my buyer cap on.
Okay.
All right. So I'm not seeing a lot of houses that I'm interested in. They don't have enough bedrooms. They don't have enough bathrooms. I want a yard. Am I being too picky?
No, you're not being picky. That's pretty typical. Right now, there's just no inventory. So you definitely have to be patient in this market. You're going to also have to understand that you're going to be in multiple offer situations. There's a lot of buyers that I connect with early on that just are not ready to be in that sort of environment, and that's fine. But you're not being picky. If you like a house and you're interested in it, you let me know. We'll get you out right away. If you don't see anything you like, that's fine. Just be patient. I can promise you, spring usually yields good results and more inventory hitting the market. You just have to be prepared and linked up with somebody that knows how to win out those multiple offer situations.
Excellent. Well, Mike, I think this has been an excellent first episode.
Yes, it will get better, everyone. This is off the cuff completely, semi-structured with a script. We're not reading it word for word, but
Talking points.
talking points. There you go. So hopefully the production value gets better. This is our first one. I hope you enjoyed it. And you gotta mention that.
I know. So for those of you watching, and either if it's live or if you're watching once we're done, share, comment the word realty, and you will be entered to win a $50 gift card to Barlotta's.
Take a look at that, folks. Mr. B's or Restaurante Bartolotta in Wauwatosa. Those are my two favorite Bartolotta restaurants. What's your favorite Bartolotta restaurant? And Mr. B's is out in Brookfield. Great steakhouse.
I'll have to go sometime.
Yep. All right, everyone.
See you
Have a
next
great
time.
day. Thank you.